guys, welcome back. So today we'll be doing a origin story of Ebrut. We'll be meeting with Nathan, who is the creator and player of Ebrut. Ebrut is a level 6 Tiefling Paladin of Lethander. So I'm pretty excited to talk to Nathan about the origins and kind of the mentality behind him. So let's go right to him, I guess. So I guess we can just jump right in. So Ebrut is a tiefling. What kind of paladin is he?
He is a paladin of Lethander. He has taken the oath of redemption, so he is focused on redeeming those who would otherwise be considered evil. So,
That's all
generally,
relative.
generally petty criminals.
Everyone repent.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, generally he's been, helping petty criminals see the error of their ways and do like community service and stuff to make amends and stuff like that.
and how long has
So
he been a paladin of Lethander?
for about like 10, 15 years or so. It's been a while. He joined a well, like, do you want to start at the beginning? And
Yeah, we might as well start right at the beginning.
yeah. You're kind of going backwards here.
Yeah,
so
let's go origin story.
Cool. Oh shit.
Where would you like to start from?
All right,
The
so
very beginning. Who is
well,
your daddy
where
and
is
what does he do?
so Ebrut was I'll just read the thing in the beginning here.
Sounds good.
Ebrut was born in the material plane and raised by his father to be a warrior of Nahaloth. While there, he was in constant rivalry with Periclor, who served as Modius. Eventually, Ebrut left Hell to visit his mother, and he saved her from being sacrificed to Nahaloth, and eventually turned to the Church of Lethander to be trained as a paladin, where he joined a cloistered order and kind of, learned the meaning of faith and kind of had a moment of clarity where he realized that everybody is somebody's son or daughter. And
so my first question would be, like, he was born in the material plane. Did mommy know Nahalath was a bad guy?
I don't think mom knew. So the way I've figured it, anyways, was that at a young age, like Ebrut was raised by his mother until he was like 12 or so, and then his father took him to the Nine Hells to turn him into like a soldier in Nahaloth's army, essentially.
So that's you probably saw some pretty heavy shit when you were 12 to become
to be just
Punisher
being
of souls.
Essentially, yes.
So how old is Ebrut now? Like,
he's like 30-ish, kind of.
So
he kind of like ran away pretty
to
early to like 15 or 16 kind of thing.
So he wasn't torturing for too long then.
No, like he was down there, kind of like was seeing some shit, and like was kind of like told by his father that like, we're punishing the damned down here. These people deserve to be here. They need to suffer for their sins, kind of thing. And then takes a work vacation, goes home to visit mom, and just as he gets home, he's like sees that the cultists that worship the devil that he's supposed to be serving are about to sacrifice her, and he saves her and a bunch
to get out of hell for devils. You either have to be summoned or your lord, pretty much, like your archdevil, needs to send you there. Which I'm assuming that's what happens.
Yeah, he got a work vacation. It's like it's hell, right? There's a bureaucracy.
It's fair, I guess. Yeah. Everybody gets 4 weeks of vacation a year.
Yeah. Well, it's hell, so it's probably like a week and a half vacation. Yeah, but
if that,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I work for the government and I get 4 weeks, so That's pretty much the same thing.
That's not hell.
um, all right, so he
Hell
went
is other
home
people.
to visit. Um, Noticed his mom was. So that was when he was 16. So
Yeah,
he's
like he
been.
was just like late teens, kind of. Yeah, came home to visit mom, and rescues her from the
Did he
cult of
rescue her,
Nahaloth.
or did?
He rescued her and like a bunch of other would-be sacrifices
Okay,
at the
because I
same
thought the
time.
clerics came in and saved, and that's when you
No,
were
like
like,
like
"Yo,
he basically like kind of had his moment of clarity there when like he realized that like the cult of Nahaloth is not a good place, and so like these souls are winding up in the nine hells, being damned for all eternity just because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they don't some people don't deserve to be there.
or some of them made deals without knowing what the hell actually happened. They're doing."
Oh, those people deserve to be there.
Okay.
They got there on their own, right? That's the whole deal with
So it's the
deals with
ones
the
that are
devil.
sacrificed that you're like,
It's the ones that are sacrificed, right? And so like I kind of realized that hell isn't really a nice place, and I'd really rather not be there. So I kind of like overstayed my vacation, and also kind of saved a
so
whole bunch of souls that would have been sacrificed to
save
now.
them, and then you found your way to the Church of Lethander, I guess.
Yeah, like kind of uh, uh, took refuge there to kind of like get my life together, my mom and my life
Was
together.
this
So
in Tavris or somewhere else?
um, can be anywhere really.
It's your
Just like
character.
he is a level 5 he is a
Oh, he's
level
level
5
6 now.
paladin, so but he started off
Yeah,
level
exactly.
5 when we met him. So he's been around for a while. He's seen some stuff, and some of that might have been his training in hell, but there's also going to be some training that he got in the church, and then some experience that he had while wandering. So
So your choice. Where is he gonna be from? Because that's where
uh,
Mom is probably still, because she's serving at the Church of Lethander still, right?
yeah, um, I don't really know. Got any interesting cities around?
Galduck is
Go
where
back.
all the farms are. So most of the wheat and shit for all of Malnova comes from Galduck. It's warm. Um,
Yeah, kind
it's
of like floodplain area.
yeah, exactly. And then Lake Town. So Lake Town is where all the vineyards, like most of the
Yeah,
wine, is here.
yeah,
But the lake is like
really warm. Yeah, I
abnormally
remember that.
warm because the rumor is that long
Dragon.
ago a dragon, yeah, the ancient red dragon was killed and still is in the lake eating it. So that's why all that's from there. Gold
How
Down
about
is
what's
a
a Voutalier?
Futalier. So that's kind of like the best way I could describe it would be like France in the 1600s. Yeah,
Oh,
uh,
okay,
like
okay,
Renaissance time.
yeah.
So
So like lots
high
of
arts.
decadence
Yeah, exactly.
and like really low working class.
Yep, and uh, that's actually where like Felix's arch rival has an art gallery there, or
Oh, okay. Not the White Wizard, but the
not. Yeah, not his arch rival, but his like his rival that was
Mhm.
um, when he was in professor
Yeah,
at university, pretty much, right?
yeah. Okay,
He
so his
he would go to hunt for the knowledge of these ancient things, and his rival would be hunting those items to put in his art gallery, so that nobody could
mm,
touch it. You know what I mean? Only he could have
yeah,
the knowledge. Well, whereas
yeah.
Felix wanted to spread the knowledge. So that kind of
Fair
area,
enough.
Sinoshad is. Do you know much about Forgotten Realms? It'd be like the
Not
Zentol
really.
Keep, where
No.
the Zentarum crime organized.
Okay.
Yeah, it's where
Okay.
Sirik, like he had a big following there. So they're darker. They also have kind of Asian motif, I guess, Eastern motif.
Yeah, I think I'll go with yeah, I'll go with Tavros.
You've been there. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Uh,
it'll be easier for me to work
totally.
into the backstory.
You could also go to Volshire, which is the Dragonborn place, that's only been around for about 50 years since the Gods' War.
Oh, okay. No,
Stick with Tavris.
stick with Tavros.
Cool.
I think it's
All
more.
right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you went there maybe what, like a year after you saved your mom, kind of thing.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. Sure. We'll we'll say a year after.
And spent
Spent like 4 or 5 years in
training.
training, and then
Have
left.
you
But
ever met Lethander, or
no,
you just prayed to him and you know
just
he
just
exists
pray,
because you have your
just prayed to him.
spells?
Yeah. Yeah, like I basically took refuge in the church, and like
You've seen what the clerics do,
and
that kind of stuff.
yeah, kind of like started off as just kind of doing chores and stuff, and eventually like just by being there kind of learned about faith and what being good was all about, and uh,
Have you
like
made any
yeah.
like big connections with any priests that are there?
mm, Maybe one or two. Like there's probably was one that, yeah, like there's one that
Took you under his wing.
yeah, kind of like realized that, like, even though I was a tiefling and served in the nine hells, it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily evil. That, like, like he understood that,
You can redeem
like,
yourself.
I was truly trying to repent, and had seen like that what I was doing was wrong.
Cool. So that happened. Why did you leave Tavris?
Just kind of like going out to see the world. Like my mom's kind of safe in the church, so I'm going out to perform my duties. And so I started off kind of like in Tavris for a while, like like I said, redeeming pickpockets and
You
vandals
shall
and stuff like
repent.
that. Well, like just kind of like visiting the jail and seeing these people, and hearing their stories, and just talking with them and helping them understand, like a social worker, basically. I'm a social worker paladin.
Or Lee. You're Lee.
Yeah, basically. Well, I don't do the court dates. I just
Yeah,
I, I'm
exactly.
I'm I'm just trying to like help them see that
The error of the
that's
ways.
wrong. You can do it a different way, and that doesn't hurt people.
So you headed up north, kind of. Then
Yeah, so I met Eve. Like I was
shortly
like I
after
was
her
yeah I was
experience with Bathsheba, her first experience in Bathsheba.
yeah, and like she was kind of recovering from having just been found responsible for slaughtering an entire, or having an entire family of Loxodons be
Found
be,
dead
be found
because of her.
starved to death because of her. So yeah, yeah, like kind of was going with her and trying to help her deal with the guilt from that, and and then help her understand that, like, maybe Bathsheba's not the answer. Like, given misfortune to everyone,
Good luck with
maybe it's.
that.
I mean, I kind of find it hilarious that sorry, I can't remember her name now.
Eve.
Eve. That Eve is the only one of us that's like been consistently rolling low. I'm just like,
Follows the god of bad luck. Yeah.
maybe there's something there.
God, dice gods know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
you traveled with her for a few weeks before I guess you guys met the party.
yeah, like just kind of was going around, and she was trying to get to the Mithril Mountains to find out what had happened to her family, I think, or her foster family, I
Eve.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of like was accompanying her, being like, like, this is the world's pretty tough out there. Like, you need a companion to go with you, and kind of like
Watch your
force
back.
myself. Yeah, kind of force myself into her party to watch her back, because I didn't want her to just throw her life away as I saw it.
How so how do you feel about the last guess, week and a half of activity.
It's been like 2 days since I met the rest of the party.
Well, what is it? You met them. You went back to Uthik. You spent a couple days there,
We didn't.
and
No,
then
we
you guys
met them
spent a
at
couple
the
days
Manticore.
recovering, and
Oh, did
you
we?
did some priestly praying with the town, right?
Oh yes, yeah, I spent a day doing
Yeah.
kind of like kind of counseling the town.
And then you guys set off. So the whole trip fighting the tainted nymph queen, where you got like murked in
Yeah,
the
that
first
was
round.
a day.
That was, yeah, a day or two, because
All
you
right, because
guys, yeah,
we had to like rest up and
yeah, and then you guys found
the ruins of Fandelver,
pretty much
and that was
spent
and
another
Babar,
day
fucking Babar.
there.
F's in chat.
Yeah, made some deals with some devils. How does he feel about that? That's the
Well, I kind of honestly, Ebrut was kind of surprised that the deal with Perichlor was on the up and up. You know, understood that like the deal with Ruby had a lot of loopholes in there where she could just send us off on a wild goose chase across the continent and to save Felix's soul.
it's pretty much gonna
I
happen
saw
now.
that coming and I
Yeah,
called it out and was like, hey, this is what's gonna happen. And everyone was like, no, this is fine, we're just gonna run in there and parlay and then just murk the guy in one turn once he gets angry at us. And I seemed really surprised when I successfully like parlayed him into just giving us our shit so that we would fuck off, not understanding that that's exactly what we wanted him to think.
right. Well, yeah, he was tied to that until the spell went off, and he didn't want to fight
Yeah.
and risk losing some of his minions when he could just give you your shit back and then take off, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And
And
then
we kind of understood that like we had bigger fish to fry. We had to deal with
totally
the Wayback Cave, and
a giant tornado storm descending upon the mountains kind of gave it
well, I
away.
think at that point we had understood that like that it was the White Wizard up
Mm,
there doing some bad shit, trying to summon
something.
what was what was it? No, oh yeah, trying to
Hashka.
summon something.
Hashka the
Hashka.
Lich Naga.
But we didn't figure that out. We didn't figure out that it was Hashka until after the
Ritual went off.
no, until after Felix got his stuff back,
Oh yeah, I
because
guess
that's
that,
where
yeah,
he
once you
had
get
the
the
other
stone, yeah,
the stone
stone
and
tablet that was complete.
mhm.
Yeah, so you guys went up there, fought. You guys made it there
We made it there. We
with time to
speed
spare.
ran speed ran the cave, but still somehow did not manage.
So what I did is I got Dan to roll a d6 for how many turns until the spell went off, and he rolled a 1. So I had him roll another d4 to add more turns, and he rolled a 2. So because you guys got there, I added a couple extra turns.
And it still wasn't enough.
And it still wasn't enough. So
That's rough.
yeah, you guys, I've kept trying to hint at Felix a little bit at the start of battle to kind of like make an Arcana check on this thing, because it was either Eridar and Garona run through the prismatic force field and attack him to fuck him up, or Felix needs to depreciate this shield, right?
Yeah. Was there nothing I could have done?
Well, you could have run through it as well.
Okay. And it's just like running
Literally
through
anybody could have run
takes
through
a
it and
bunch of
attacked him.
damage.
It just would have been a big chunk of fucking damage, right?
Mhm.
So,
I honestly, at the very end of the battle there, when we just had Krull and the White Wizard left, I was just waiting for one of them to do their last hurrah and just try and take one of us out with them. And I was just ready to rebuke the violent on them.
What's
Use my
that?
channel. That's my channel divinity, or one of the versions of the channel divinity. So I can use my channel divinity to rebuke those who use violence. immediately after an attacker within 30 feet of me deals damage with an attack against a creature other than me, I can use my reaction to force the attacker to make a wisdom saving throw. And then on a failed save, it takes the same amount of radiant damage as it just dealt.
It takes the damage, eh?
Well, it takes the same amount. So the person still takes the damage, but the attacker takes the same amount. And I figured that probably wouldn't work on the shield since it was a static thing.
Yeah, that one might have been tough.
He's not making an attack against them, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to say that it would trigger off of Rebuke the Violent. One other thing that
it takes half as much even if it passes too, eh?
It takes half as much if it passes.
That's
so it's still it's pretty powerful. And I was just waiting for someone to do something big enough, like a fireball or I didn't know.
Crawl was coming over to you. Either you or Eridar. If he survived, it was his turn. He was gonna do one last spell, which was let me see if I have it here. I'll roll it just to roll. If I can find Crawl here. Crawl. Oops, not Cruffle. Where are you? There we go. Let's make a roll here. It would have been... Oops, but... that didn't work, did it? Oh, here we go. So it would have hit. And it would have done... 35 damage. So, I mean, that's not a very high roll. I guess that's average, eh? But that would have hurt. You still there?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Push to talk.
So, I mean, it wouldn't have felt good.
Yeah, that's... No, but I could have reflected it back at him.
Yeah, exactly. So he would have died. But I think the
decapitation
was way better.
Sufficient. Yeah. Just kind of like trying to run by him to get at the White Wizard and end this.
Well, you ran up right behind him and just like shoved your greatsword down his turtle shell, eh?
Yeah, pretty much just like kebabbed him, basically. Turtle soup.
So, and you got your aura at level 6 too, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So that's not bad. So, and you guys...
one other kind of bookkeeping thing. Remember how you sold me a suit of full plate?
Mm-hmm.
I can't wear full plate. I don't have high enough strength. So I changed it to half plate, which is only 1 AC less, and gave myself 1,500 gold.
And 1 AC less, and gave yourself 1,500 because it was $3,000, right? That I charged you. Yeah,
and
that sounds good.
It's normally 1,500, and the half plate is normally 750. So difference works. Double that is.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. Too bad, sucks, but oh well. Yeah. I think I still have a spell that can do something about that.
Like Shield of Faith probably adds to.
Oh, I don't have it yet. But I add it eventually. Chose that protection from evil just in case Krull tried to do something like, inflict wounds. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he would have gone after you or Eridar, because Eridar was punching him in the face over and over again, right?
He had a really high AC. That was rough trying to hit him when everyone had disadvantage.
Right. The other thing that I forgot was that you guys were like all fucking poisoned. So the skill challenge to get out.
Oh, should have been at a disadvantage.
Everything should have been at disadvantage.
Oh, we're so lucky you forgot. There is no way we would have survived. We would have had to dig our way out.
I think one person might have fucking died. At least.
Well, we were all like, I was 1 hit away from death. Yeah. Eve was 1 hit away from death. I think like the other Eridar was also like really low. I think, and Felix was like
they're all pretty rough. So I mean, I think that's every battle is like deadly now almost because of the new rest rules.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, not just the new rest rules, but the like also just like the fact that it's a low magic world. We
yeah,
don't
exactly.
have cloak of like ring of protection
I think
and
Felix
like
has a ring of protection, but other than that, yeah, you guys don't have a lot of magic items. I
we
mean,
lost those 3 rings in the Manticore lair.
yep.
We might want to go back for those. Like if we're gonna stay in Fandelver for a little bit and recuperate, we might want to like explore the area,
I
go
think
back.
Eridar kind of wants to get back and save
Yeah,
his
I understand that. It's
clan.
kind of on the way, so there's an argument to be made there to stop by, finish off that Manticore.
Finish it off, yeah. Yeah, I guess
Like
you
we
could.
were,
It could go
oh,
either
like,
way, yeah.
oh man, all I needed was a nat 20 on, and Todd would still be alive. Like all I needed was a nat 20 on my death save, and Todd would have just
You
woken
guys
up,
have gotten so many
fire bolted
20s
it.
on your nat or on your death saves that like yeah, I
We
don't
deserve it.
understand how the
Look at
party's
look at
still
our
alive.
look at our graveyard and tell us we don't deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. Low
Like,
mad. Yeah, I took the training wheels off. That's for sure.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, I
Is
think it's
there just like kind of lore wise? Is there like an adventurers guild or something that like kind of you know in game would kind of give us the CR of areas nearby? Like if we go to Tavris and
CR.
they're like, yeah, like kind of be like, hey, like we eat basilisk. We go into the Adventurers Guild and we're like, hey, we eat basilisks for breakfast every day. Like we fight them naked with with a sword sticking out my butt and just slaughter them without looking at them. Uh,
So there's no like areas that are like it's
yeah,
not like this
and then they'd
area
be
is.
like, oh hey, like there we actually have rumors of like a ruin on this
Oh yeah, you guys can
island
totally
over
go.
here
You guys can totally go and check
yeah,
for
like just kind of
rumors and shit. You just haven't been in that
like a
city for so long, right?
yeah, it's just like I don't know, a lot of literature and stuff in these kind of worlds has like an adventurers guild that has a ranking system for adventurers. So if you're like a gold ranked adventurer, they'll tell you about like the stuff that's appropriate for how strong you are, right?
There's definitely like I wouldn't call them adventuring guilds, but they're guilds like um, Champions of the Ninth Beard was Ulrich Grindstone, and you guys met him at Heather the Jestern Wolf. Well, I guess
Oh yes,
Ebrut didn't, but
no,
when you
but
guys were there, he has an
Todd.
adventuring guild that hands
Mhm.
out.
Yeah, like
That's
an
actually how you got.
information broker kind of.
That's actually how you got the um, mission to take the carts up to Fandelver,
What a mistake that was.
which started
Like
everything.
shouldn't have taken that mission. Fuck that
Exactly,
shit.
right? But that's where everything led from there. So I mean, if you guys go back to Tavris, there's plenty of
Yeah,
different, like here I can even
yeah.
look it up. I
There's a
have enough
Tavris map, don't you?
Tavris map.
Yeah, it isn't. Didn't
Oh
you have
yeah,
a map of Tavris there
oh yeah,
for us?
totally. Where is it? Hasn't been there for a while.
Hmm.
So there's
Hey, there it
tons.
is.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
um, shops, guilds. There's Champions of the Ninth Beard, which is by Ulrich, right? And then there's
Yep.
Dragon Eye Hall, at least. So that's at least 2 that are in Tavris. I mean, there's others, and there's more in Tavris. You guys just haven't come up against, so
Yeah.
tons of stuff. So I mean, Temple of Lethander is going to be down in the Temple Ward, obviously. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where you've hung out, and probably down in the Dock Ward where most of the crime is. I mean, there's crime all over the town,
Yeah.
but that's kind of
Yeah, but I've probably
slummy
been around.
area.
Like if I've been there for like 10 years or so, then I'm
Oh, totally.
probably
You know the
I
place.
know my way around.
Yep. So awesome, cool. All right. Well, I think that's all we really
That's
need
all you
to
need.
know, I think. Unless, do you have plans in the future for them?
Not really. Like I kind of meeting Ruby really drove home the fact that
And
Ebrut,
Parachlor?
yeah, well, Ebrut is considered a fugitive in the Nine Hells, right? So he kind of doesn't. He'd really like to throw Ruby off of his scent, but doesn't think that there's like a way to do that without fucking over the entire party. So
Yeah, the
he,
Hells
he's got,
knows that you're up in the northern hemisphere right now, so
yeah. So
that's
I'm
always
gonna
good.
kind of try and like keep myself low to the ground, so to speak. Try not to make too much of a
Maybe not
hubbub,
hang out in
and
Fandelver for very
yeah,
long.
we'd like to get out of the area pretty quick, and just kind of
Like,
like
is he in search of strength or like?
enough strength, and maybe a way to like get out of get out of being chased by Nahaloth.
There's always going to hell to kill Nahaloth. So
Yeah, ask me when I'm level 20. Like honestly,
you
I
got a
know what
little
it takes
while to
to
go.
destroy a devil lord. So
The only other thing I have to say is, I told you 6 months, but I messed up, and there's not 12 months in the year. There's only 4 months that are like 75 days each. So I'm giving you guys 2 seasons pretty much instead of
okay,
6 months to kill the dude. So
okay, that which is
essentially
about
the
the same.
same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
The calendar has 365 days. It just has
4 seasons
months. Yeah,
instead of
exactly.
months. I mean, you could have just made it a month thing.
Yeah,
You
but
should have just been like this
you guys just
different.
changed months actually from Heaven's Tier to it's the first
Leaves
day of the
landing.
endless heat.
Okay.
So
Oh, so spring into summer,
exactly.
basically,
So it's beginning to get a little
and,
hotter.
and
Less
then it's the
storms.
end of fall that we're due to send
Exactly.
paracord back.
Exactly.
I was actually kind of hoping that
Leaves landing.
by giving away Ruby's reason for being there, I could piss her off enough that she'd agree to uh, another deal where we keep Parachlor alive in the material plane, but like imprisoned and weakened until such time as I can like fully destroy him here, just so that he never goes back to hell. Nobody ever finds out that she was sent up here to destroy him. But
So
she just decided
just a
to
heads
piss
up,
off.
all devils, all of them, no matter the strength of them, if they die on the material, they get sent back to hell. Yeah,
Oh,
they have to
okay. So
die on. They have to
there's
die
no
in
way for us
hells.
to.
Yep.
Okay,
So
so
they
there's
have to
no
die
way
in
for us to
hell.
kill Parachlor here, and there's no
Exactly.
way for. What about like his minions? When I like
They get
when
sent back to
I
hell.
when I exercise them, they go back.
So that's the thing. You don't know because they didn't have exorcists in.
In hell.
Yep. So that was a new like skill you picked up from Lethander for
Okay.
the last level up. Like you've never really done it before. That was your first
Yeah, just kind of like
time.
the brutality of watching Eridar murder children. Just like I just had to save them any way possible, and
Save
did not
two. So
save two. I did not expect them to have that much HP as
well, they were
child
possessed with
demons.
devils inside of them, right? They weren't just
Yeah.
like children.
Well, I mean, I figured they'd still be like
Kill the
the
body.
child, yeah, the child's body, and just be like, hey,
And the
the
host
body's now
dies.
magically asleep. The host is like, yeah, there's a devil inside you, but the body's asleep.
So
What's the devil
devils
gonna
can possess like undead things too, like dead things. As
do?
long as
Oh,
they have
okay.
a vessel, they'll be good to go. Say you kill them, they'll get
Mhm.
sent back to hell, but you definitely kill the fucking body. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so
So yeah, so I just felt that I had to, I couldn't kill the children,
burn
so
the
I
soul out of them, or
tried
burn
to
the
save
devil out
them,
of
and
them.
yeah, tried to just save them, and my heartfelt plea to Lethander to stop this senseless bloodshed, and
Well, Which I think
managed
you
to.
guys are gonna get a knock on the door before you leave Fandelver.
Fuck. I'm
Got a couple
scared.
kids now.
Damn it. Well, there's a.
Leave them enough bear meat.
There's a. Oh wait, we're not going back to Tavris for a while. Never mind. I was like, hey, there's a place in Tavris that takes in people in need.
Children, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Orphanage.
10 years later, some new paladins of Lethander.
Exactly right. All right, well, I think
My
that's all
next
we
character.
need, honestly. But thanks for stopping by, I guess.
Yeah, no worries.
Cool. All
I'll be
right.
here all week.